Come on, come up with something better than that, and certainly don't use Twitter to mock us.
Hey there, tubers, and Facebookers, Twitters, and tweeters. Everybody that happens to see me before the video. Me and my normal get up, okay?
I was happy to.
No, busted crushed up nose there. That's from something else. I ain't worried about that. I ain't no trouble getting back my life. No. Anyway, I was asking for it that day. But anyway, I was doing what I was young. I tell you that. It still affects me to this day. A little bit like sneezy. I can't. Still humid out today, so until the humidity goes away, it's fall for real. But I have a little bit of stuffy nose. It's a little blocked up in there a lot. You know, sizes or something. But it's cold out. I don't feel so much. Anyway. I don't know where to start tonight, but I did my little intro. I got into politics a little bit, a few things I'll be talking about with these videos. But right now, really what I talk about is your leadership in America. The problem right now, I think, is that as far as America goes, the leadership in America alone, well, you got Hillary on one extreme of, say, democracy, or Democrats. You got extreme Democrat, very left-wing. So left-wing, she's the very tip of the left-wing, sort of play. She's about to fall off, that left-wing. She's hanging on for dear life to the left-wing. The whole left-wing is just hanging on for dear life. I mean, they're so extreme. Now, the Republicans are both, I think, on the extreme end of everything. That's why the people aren't really happy with either one of them. I saw it at bumper sticker around where I live in Connecticut. Here's Saturday, it said Bernie. That was what I wanted, who I wanted. Now, who else is there? I like Bernie, too. I liked him. As far as who's the man for the job, it wasn't about Democratic Republican. It really shouldn't be for anyone anymore. Because it's beyond that. None of them are really that good for the job itself. You got to pick the right man for the job, period, Democratic or Republican. It's just a job. It's neither when you get in there. No, your job actually is considered chief and commander of the armed services now. That's what you're considered as your job. You're no longer a politician anymore. You're not fighting Democratic or Republican anymore. You're right in the middle. You're the compromise between the two. Now, if you're mostly Democratic, like Obama, just pumping up the Democrats always and fighting for the Democrats, or you're fighting just for Republicans either which way, well, that's wrong. No, you're the president. You're supposed to be a common sense, in the middle kind of guy, sort of like a judge, taking an objective point of view. Because neither side is being very objective right now in their point of view on human beings. What's good for humans on this planet. Because war is not good for humans. Ronald Reagan knew that, and a good economy is. So the fact that the Democrats don't want war, that's a good thing. And the fact that the Republicans want to make business in this country, and good business for this country, and make money for this country, is another good thing. So maybe we should have a Republican president and a Democratic president these days. Vote them both in. Vote one Democrat and one Republican in. That's it. Just have the primaries, what you call it. Don't have the general election. Don't even bother with it. Just have the primaries and have electoral college in both. And get one of each in there. And they both decide with a veto, or between the two of them, they can make common sense out of the whole thing. Let them do a little battle right there in the presidency. We don't do that, do we? See, that's why we only have one president, Democratic or Republican, doesn't matter. He's supposed to act objective once he gets up there, act like the president. Well, these two are not acting very presidential because they're not meeting in the middle very much, are they? They're not quite in very much agreement with each other, as they should be. They're not even debating much. They're screaming, yelling down a microphone, talking trash to each other. They're talking trash like a bunch of politicians do. But they're not politicians. They are just going to be politicians in the end. Donald Trump is learning how to be a politician. That's all Hillary's doing. It's only how to become a politician first. You're supposed to be a politician first before you become anything else. Hillary's not a politician at all. She's no experience with that. Security Council doesn't mean she's a politician. Barely a senator for what, 2 years maybe? Just enough for herself to call herself one? Or an ex-politician, whatever? Please. She was in and out like a duck mating there. The Security Council was she was about. It was about getting another Clinton in the presidency. Why? So she can get some intern, a guy to come down and do her between the legs there under the Oval Office, just like Bill did. Well, she could cheat on him with some Playgirl bunny, Playgirl whatever guy, or GQ guy, whatever. Have to be some Washington party or something, do it in the back office while those look good. I mean, really, what the hell's next for that family? Anyway, really, you want that in the White House again, that kind of perversion? Well, who are you anyway, I want to know. You some kind of pervert or child molester, or really, because that's what Bill is. I mean, I'm 45. I couldn't go for anything less than, say, 30. Any less than 30, boy, that's rape in my eyes. I'm 45 years old, for Christ's sakes. I ain't doing no 25-year-old. Definitely not gonna let her do shit to me without doing something back for her. I mean, just taking the blowjob, not nothing back. I'll give back nothing. I'll tell us the kind of man he is. So really, if you thought Trump was any better, believe you me, while Ivana's not looking, he's probably cheating on her with his money, and believe it, so definitely. That guy, with a guy like that around, you know, Ivana wants to have just a minimal amount of sex with him. Although she probably loves sex. Most good women, good-looking women do. I've had a few myself. And the more good-looking they are, usually the more they want sex. They can get it. They're good at it, too, because they can get it. They just want it from certain guys who look a certain way. It's not really good looks. It's just clean looking. Kind of, clean looking about you. You know, you shave, you take care of yourself, you true yourself. They mostly like that. So anyway, it hasn't been hard for me to pick up women because I kind of take care of myself pretty well, healthy, as far as health goes. And I'm true to myself. That's all I really look for in a guy. Most women, that's what they like the most. So if you thought it was hard, it'd be the guy. But anyway, Trump, man, not only is he a lying son of a you-know-what, basically he's probably Mexican minimum wage or something, or he pays him the illegal Mexican minimum wage. Exactly why he said send them all back or whatever. Because he would have to make them, he would have to pay all his employees minimum wage wherever they work. What depending on what state they work for, whatever. That's why they all work for. Well, you gotta pay a guy to do a lot. No guy gonna work for that little no American. So he knows now he better get some construction machines involved. He can't use them to make them dig by hand anymore. For $2 an hour cash money payout. So anyway, so you know, Connecticut, we have day workers. We have illegals right here. Mexico, pick them out left and right. Called the FBI about it. They would do shit all about it. In fact, I call border. What is it? Border. What is it called? Homeland Security on that shit. Because right now, as it goes, it's are illegal. It should be picked up. No one's really made a law about anything yet. Whatever this amnesty thing is, I don't think they should be able to work right now without the visas and the real shit. They line up by exit 9 or the ongoing ramp. Exit 8, the second one is Stanford. There's two exit 8s going on, whatever. I don't know about Stanford next. 2 exit 8 on ramps. So one exit 7 on ramp. And then there's which is kind of hard to find. And then there's an 8 on ramp. By the exit 8 on ramp, when you get on, it's the Atlantic Street on ramp. Anyway, right there, you take a left going down not Atlantic Street, Canal Street. You go down Canal Street, Stanford southbound. You get on the highway, take a left. Just as you go left, they have by the exit. Now you go down that little boulevard on the side, which they don't really want people going down too much for anything except locals. You'll see them lined up, tons of them all down in there. That's just the beginning. All down under there, waiting like a bunch of bums. God only knows, half drunk by the afternoon, ready to work though. Just for another beer, yo. At the end of the day, it's just to get a few more beers in them. Probably already have a shot anyway. Buying at the local, whatever. And they're all carrying cell phones. I'll tell you what, if you get them more, they're good little workers, all right? I had worked for me one time, but I paid them pretty well. They got just about minimum wage, just under minimum wage. You had to pay them cash. I hooked that guy up with lunch, just under minimum wage, and you know, I hooked him up with a ride home, right to his own home, not back to where he came from. So that wherever he walked from. The right home, and I even gave him tippage for the day, a little extra. I bought a 6-pack. Six-pack or whatever. So I was really the Dos Equis, like the Modelo, Negro Modelo. Now you give a 6-pack of Modelo, that's a pay for the whole day. But I bought lunch to boot, and I actually paid him. So anyway, he came out a winner in the end. He might have made more money than I did that day. Well, I know he did. He got an extra gifts that he did. I know I didn't get the 6-pack that day. I gave mine to him, basically. So we both broke even. He made a little more, 6-pack and lunch. Because his lunch was more expensive at the Spanish place. I got his own food the way he liked it. I didn't get McDonald's the way I have it. I didn't do it my way. I did, you know, it was a compromise all day long. You know, which is what life is about, which Democrats and Republicans are doing. No one's doing it these days. Learn to compromise, have a relationship once in a while. I don't want a long-lasting type. Because that's the only reason we don't have long-lasting relationships. And get off the cocaine. All right? Get off the coke. All right? Smoke weed, man. I do the medicinal shit. But you see this shit right here. If you do this, man, every day of your life, start in the morning before you do the coke or whatever time of the day you do it. Just do this first. Doesn't mean you can't do the coke also. Just smoke this. But I almost get half of you out there who are on heroin or wherever you are. You just pick up, you smoking up this shit. You won't even pick up that needle. You won't have the energy to. Smoke enough, though. If you become a smoker, it's a lot easier. It's easy to inhale, just a little bit at a time. Don't try to think it's just a big puff. I'll teach you how I did cigarettes, all right? Right here. Anyone like this? Look, this would be the first time, say, you inhale a cigarette, right? You get it going, right? You get the sucker going. It's like when you're smoking anyway. You just at some point, it just goes, I can't keep it lit. You're done if you can't keep that joint lit anymore. If it's staying lit, you're on the drag from it. It's going out in 5 seconds. Well,
She has the moves.
just do like a little bit. No, blow it up. Get used to it. Like, not even lit. Then light it. Get lit. Let's get cigarette. I'll do a cigarette second. Why? But they ain't glowing yet. They ain't got it glowing yet. There you go. Now, this is legal for me. So you coppers out there, you law enforcement, especially you Keystone cops in Stanford, right here, Keystone, whatever you are. Don't think you come by house to get paid for it. You have a license to carry. Not a weapon. Marijuana. Don't leave home without it, all right? Fuck the American Express card. Fuck the gun. Don't leave home without this shit that you won't need a gun. Because you'll have peace. Everyone did this one around the planet. We all did this shit. We have peace on this fucking planet. Alright? Which is why it's going illegal. Recreation in Connecticut. Alright, Connecticut police? You didn't hear the news lately. If you weren't part of the grapevine, you were just a grape, which you are, just one of the grapes. But you're not part of the grapevine, I'll tell you what. It's go illegal. The grapevine, most of the grapevine knows this. The grapevine are pretty much the people, so you're way ahead of the news than you are. While you're busy blowing the law, we got time to watch this. See, we ain't pulling doubles left and right. And we ain't working weird odd shifts that are making us all fucked up in the head. Well, you know this one thing about law enforcement people. Anybody that pulls shifts, nurses, doctors, I don't care who you are, shift work is the most worst kind of work for the brain. It fucks you up more than anything. It's the changing shift, really. Those changing shifts where they give you. First you're working midnight shift, whatever coming on, then you're working the day shift, all different shift all the time. Well, that's gonna fucking brain up. That's why you're so nuts on you people. Especially the graveyard shift. Those type that work the graveyard shift generally, they don't have a seat in public. See, they're gonna spend their fun time when no one's out. During the day, no one's around. We're all working mostly between like the hours of 9 and 11. The people that have fun go out together are all between 11. I like say 4 in the morning most nights. As far as the crowd goes, especially in any city I know. So these people that work overnight especially, they're the most nasty people I've ever known. Oh, I would be too if I was joining the gang. I was part of my own little group overnight. And why most of these people like to work at night generally is either one thing, they don't fit in real well when it comes to people themselves, or they're just getting away with something they wouldn't get away with during the day, like just sitting around being lazy doing nothing, which is always something to do. I learned in the kitchen this one thing. There's always something to do. There's nothing else to do. Clean. Which they didn't know at the Stanford police station. You know why they didn't get that one? Because their place was one of the most disgusting places on the planet. In fact, Ocean visited that place. Now they're being forced to build a new one. But first, before that, they need to move an entire historical house, all in one section, all in one piece, for another piece of land somewhere in Stanford. Because the historical house right next door, and they have to build the new one right there. Keep the old one up, of course, while they build the new one. You got to fill a lot of copper. Sure, the parking lot's there, but right next door, they have to build a building now. Keep the old one running at the same time. Until they build the new one, they can put anything they want there next door, and maybe it'll be part of the new one. Who knows? They got a better and bigger one. But I'll tell you what, they'll be under the gun now from OSHA. And it'll be under the gun from also the people giving the money for it, the state, probably. Or say the money that goes to the federal government to the state. It's organized in order to go out to the Stanford police. See, all money comes from the federal government. Then it goes to the state. The state's been organized and doles it out to the right places. And it better be doing a good job of that. A really good job of that. Because believe me, the federal government oversees all money put out anywhere in the country. It all came from the federal government. It's all being overseen by the federal government. We keep being tracing those serial numbers forever. If you're a foreigner, or maybe you're first or second generation guy, believe you me, versus day one, the serial numbers on the dollar bill have been kept track of. If you don't think there's already a microchip in it, or a nanochip, let's just say, forget microchip. Now you know that's in it. It's called a nanochip. Forever they've been around. A nanochip is nothing new. Nanobots are new. They're always talking about nanobots, little things that you can only see through a microscope. They go right in your body and dig out the cholesterol mechanically, out of your veins, or whatever, your arteries. I don't really know what it's from. I'm not a doctor. Saw this right on Discovery Channel on a documentary. Well, sure, they don't have the technology fully developed to do that one yet. As far as nanochip technology, though, well, it's been around for quite a while. There's already a chip in your bill, as of right now. I guarantee you. You can all look at all that line and all anything you want. There's been a chip in your bill for a long time. It's probably that USA thing right there wrapped around there. Now it's somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe more than one. You'd never know it. So little you have to look at it through the microscope. It's like a little germ, the size of a germ. Or something like that. I don't know. A molecule, whatever. I have no idea what the size is called, but it's called nano. It's smaller than micro. There's macro, micro, and nano when it comes to chips and computers. All right? Now, nanotechnology is something's coming along in the last, like, 50 years. It all started with a nano chip, but there's no need for one. There really is not much need for that. The chip's so small that there really is a need to hold that much information. All it is a GPS tracking chip, which has been around forever. In fact, also the Navy SEALs were using Windows back in 1970s during the Vietnam War, but only Navy SEALs were using it. It was already there. You see, your government gets the technology a lot of the good technology, the best technology, your government gets it way before the federal government. Not even state or local, but the federal government gets it way in advance. And actually, there is a contract between Windows and the government way before anything else. That's why Windows will always be the best. Always have the most customers. That's what your government will always use, is Windows. They started with Windows, they'll always use Windows. And Windows, Google, Android, they all work together. All right, they all work hand-in-hand. Verizon, they all have and Geico, go with all those companies. You don't go to the companies, I guess you might be having something to hide. I don't know. So they all have contracts with your federal government. Like Geico gave me a much better deal on my insurance from Allstate because they have a government contract. They insure every vehicle in the United States the government owns. You know, how many things do you think they own? A lot. I don't know, a lot more than you or I do. So that's one bunch group of people. Once you put that group over there together, once you start pulling a few money from a few civilians, yes, you don't need civilians to give a good pool of money there to give a good insurance rate. That's a big enough pool of money right there. You start adding people to it. Guess what I pay compared to Allstate? Same. I won't tell you the insurance I get, but the same price, the same exact stuff I got from Allstate, whatever. Same package from Allstate cost me $50 less. A third less than what I was paying. A third less than what I was paying. I got a third off. Same driver, same everything, same basic car, same everything. You know, whatever. Same thing else, same idea, same exact thing. Only it's $50 less. Nothing changed about it except I'm using Geico instead. Hello, Gecko guy. That's the way he says, man. That's just Gecko. Gecko I like. I love that Gecko commercial. Is he funny? He's funny hell, isn't he? Little Gecko guy. But anyway, have a good day now. That's a little more information for you. Well, we're going to go on more of these topics when I get back. We'll get a little more into these topics. All right? Things like politics. And, you know, your government, there's secrets that make you things you don't quite realize about your own government. This is just information I shoot along the way. See, what I like to put it all together in a nutshell for you. You had to watch every goddamn documentary I've seen in the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. It was about 7 years. About 7 years ago, I got a really good computer. I got into the internet. The only thing I had to do really was watch movies. I've always liked the Science Channel and stuff like that. So instead of watching that, I started watching documentaries because I can pick and choose what I want to watch about. I have to go by the regular scheduled programming, which is the great thing about a computer. Or getting your information from a computer. You can pick and choose what you want to get information about. Something sort of applies to you, maybe, or you're interested in something. Well, you have to watch every other goddamn show in between just to get to that. Yeah, in one day of computer watching, well, I can watch exactly what I want, or I can watch one day TV and get it all what I don't want. That's until I do get what I do want. And all day is wasted, kind of. If you're just sitting around doing nothing. See, which I do a lot of. So in past time, I do that. I've been watching every documentary out there. Yeah, I got bored. I started getting wild just watching documentaries. Fun enough after a while. So my grandfather did. Like I said, he worked through ed, but he always watched documentaries after he learned read through high school, college. He went out to learn through documentaries. That's all he didn't do mostly. Take out most of his information in this world. He's a very smart guy. Sure, he wasn't smart. No, he just learned the easy way. That is the easy way to learn. That's how I learned. That's what I know. The easy way, through documentaries. I don't want to do it the easy way at school. We're still reading shit at schools, public schools. That's the way we're doing it still. We should have all computers in every school. Online. Watch the documentaries. You get a great deal out of it. You just do it in bulk. The United States would bulk rate discounted computers from, say, Dell. They'll be the best company to go with that. They definitely give you a deal, Mr. U.S. government, if you're doing anything right. You get every public school system in this country with a computer at every goddamn desk in front of every goddamn student. right? And have them learn by documentaries alone. Documentaries on everything, from math and this to that. You don't need the teacher anymore. Furlough all the teachers, whatever. Fireball. Put them there right in front of the computer. Those kids will learn from the first day on. Just need a person there to oversee. You don't need a person with a master's degree to teach anymore. Just have a guard be around in case they have it. You need more guards these days. You need teachers. Get more people with their guns. Put the police in there, maybe. Watch me. Nothing happens, goes wrong. And put the kids in there with a policeman. Believe me, he doesn't have to teach the class. The computer can teach the class. Right now, there are teachers on the internet doing algebra lessons on the internet. Really. Like you need you people anymore for all the money you want, all the benefits you get. Please, Mr. Government, we could furlough a lot of you. So that's us Republicans how I feel. And as far as operators go for this government, we already furloughed most of you. I just not hiring you back yet. You're doing most of the work anyway. It's like the police answering for you. Hello, can I help you? Where's your emergency? You say it. There's computer recognition software you get for that. To understand, you already have it on our computers. They update the computers enough, the government. Well, if the government are doing all the work for us, well, that would take away a lot of government work because it'll take us all the dumbass jobs in the world. They'll require much thought involved, like an operator or action, period. You just sit around and go, hello, it's the same thing, recording basically here every time. You'll wait for the answer. What you say where you are, where's your emergency at, give the address. It'll read your address off a list of addresses after a while. If you're a regular caller, it'll know it. They'll say, yo, again? Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. So-and-so, you keep calling for no reason. Other than the same reason every time. We're starting to figure it's you after a while. Whatever. Anyway, you know, what do you need it for anyway, right? Much. Anyway, besides the answer to the phone. Yo, where's your complaint at? Okay. We'll be there right away. I mean, really, it's the police officers doing all the work. It's not, you know, you need the police officers. The people that answer the phones, just repeat over and over the same words, already got their lines written for them. Well, you can write it for a robot, too, or whatever they call that voice, a robot voice. Let it answer. Put it male or female. Change it up every time they answer. Put it male or female. Put different voices. So it sounds like different computer people answering. Like, who knows? They're real people working there. Like, you know, be real virtual answering service. You don't need anything for that. And the computer about to call the police. Code 11, whatever it would read what the person says and put it in numbers easily. Put the number for itself. Code 11, license plate 3145A, B, C, D, whatever. You know, New York, it can put on all the police calls back and forth, what's going on, dispatching that all itself. I mean, really, a computer would do a better job of it actually keep track of the police themselves. There's be GPS chips in the police cars. Where they go, cop cars? I see a Stanford cop car head southbound on the Merritt. During the day, just one supervisor vehicle. They have a prisoner transport vehicle. Supposedly, it's supposed to carry prisoners where they need to go. They're the Merritt Parkway. Cruising along at like 80, 90 miles an hour, all alone in the car. I caught up with him. He's on the Merritt doing that. State trooper saw him, probably pulled him over to that car. But what's he doing northbound to Stanford, north of Stanford on the Merritt? He was way up by, all the way from like exit like 39. He was up the Ascot where I caught him there by the Merritt. What was he doing? Anyhow, we got off here. He looked at me real funny, like he liked to pull me over. Really? You're right. Should be pulling him over, but I'm no cop or anything. So I'm no state trooper, but really he's the suspect there, not me. What's he doing with Stanford gas money, Stanford vehicles he borrowed to go home with? It was just about around this 3 o'clock shift starting. Oh, really? It was like, well, you go home with that thing and bring it back. Can you afford